All right, it's Saturday night, kind of early. We're going to see if anybody shows up. So if you see this, that means we're here and we're talking. So I'm in the mood for some wine. So I'm going to have I bought this, you know, splurged. Not a super splurge, but, splurged on one of my favorite Pinots, which is Miomi Pinot Noir. This is one of my favorite Pinots. So cheers. It's really pretty here in Chicago today. I wouldn't know. Hey, Corey. Hey, Dion. I wouldn't know because I've been stuck in this house all day. But that's another story. That's another story. So how y'all doing? How y'all doing? So we're going to let people get in before we start opening boxes. I got 2 boxes to open. I honestly don't remember what I bought. I sort of remember, but I don't remember. I know I was like, okay, you have been on some niche snobbery. So then I decided I should buy a couple of things. Then I decided I should. You're still in Instagram jail? Girl, they be tripping. They trip. Hey, D'Angelo, how are you? All right. So my birthday. Hey, Birdie, I don't even know what I want to call it. My loss of control, my birthday. I don't want to say extravagant, whatever, is winding down. It's winding down. So, wine and fragrance. This smells so good. I can't break down all the notes, but I know it smells good. So what are y'all wearing today? Let me see some scent of the days before we get started. I I wore something. I wore something. That's what I know. No, seriously, I wore Bulgari's Iris d'Or. That's what I did. Ooh, who makes that? Iris Porcelana. All you live is in the powdery, right? You live in powdery world. That's your thing, Dion. Okay. Now, this sounds like a really fresh, sexy vibe, right? That's all I'm gonna say. That's all. That's all I'm going to say, D'Angelo. That's all I'm saying. But that sounds like a sexy vibe. Hey, Anisha, how are you? Like a fresh, sexy vibe. Flor Lalita. Look at y'all. Listen, I call myself a niche snob. I ain't got none on y'all. I ain't got none on y'all. Y'all, y'all be snobbing it up, honey. Snobbing, snobbing it up. I know. No, I'm not gonna say what's in my head. That's what I'm not gonna do. So let me tell y'all. I had to hide, and I'm hiding again. I think I'm doing good. The kids went. Listen, I had to. I had to run downstairs, and hide. And I heard Kari just a little while ago going, Gigi. I acted like I didn't hear him. Is that terrible? But I've been with that little boy since this morning. He slept with me. No, I'm done. I've I am off duty with the grandkids. And I didn't do what I wanted to do today, so I gotta get up early and go out in my yard. So you snobbing on French fragrances. Okay. Okay, so when I first pull these out, you'll know who I went to. Wait a minute, did they give me something different? Okay. Fragrance not trying to do something different. They gave me Lovely by Sarah Jessica Parker. Okay. I see y'all now. Of course, I still got the other two that I will be promptly be throwing away. Okay, so this first one is not super affordable. It's under 100. It's like 60 something. It's not under 50, but I have never tried Lovely. So I'm gonna try it. I have never tried Lovely. Nope. I had Stash. I sold Stash. Um, and then I had the other Stash thing, but I don't. I think I sold that too. That didn't smell like Stash. So I got what damn purple one? Oh yeah, that damn purple one stings. Yes, right, girl. They listen. It's them. Those are there. Listen, those samples are as soon as they finish packing your box, they say that. Matter of fact, it's always at the bottom. So that's the first thing they do. They like put them samples in. But anyway, I got something different, something that I have been looking at, which is Soleil Vibrant. Now I had the original Soleil and I did get rid of it. Man, listen, that's part of the training process. I am sure that is part of the fulfillment training there, right? Is that they say step one, get your box. Step two, put these samples in. Step three, start getting your. So this is Soleil Vibrant. Okay, they tried to make this one even cuter. Okay, look at the little. Let's put this one on. Let's see how this looks. Look at them. Okay, okay, Lalik. And then the little thing, they got it looking like this. Like you could actually wear it. Okay. Actually, this is real cute, y'all. This is real cute. I mean, like, this is like wearable. I am not mad at him. Now, this was from last year or 2 years ago, but I did get rid of the original Lalique. Now, let me tell you why I got rid of the original Lalique and I'm thinking about getting it back again. Was because that was one of those fragrances that made me say, I got to stop listening to people's reviews. Because remember, was it 2020 when Soleil was the it girl of female fragcom on YouTube, right? And everybody was talking about how it smelled like. What were they saying it smelled like? I cannot remember, but it was like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever. Oh. And when I got it, hey Tijuana, I was thoroughly disappointed, right? Thoroughly disappointed because I was like, I'm not getting all these notes that they're getting. And so, I kind of got rid of it, but then I'm like, dang, I kind of regret. But so I saw the Vibrant one. I said, well, let me try this one. Let's try this one. So let's see how she smells. And so it went down in price because that was during the pandemic and I was really hyped on fragrances. Right. It was everywhere. Now, and then once again, of course, it fell off because that's what happens. And especially, with everybody getting into the niche brands. Ooh, I'm glad I got this stuff. This is giving summertime vibe. It smells sunny. It smells sunny to me. It's got that. It's sweet and sunny. I don't know what's the notes to it. I honestly don't. Yes, and see, I paid too much for it because I got caught up in the hype. See, that's when I was able to get caught up in hype, and I paid too much for it, so I was very disappointed with it. So, honestly, though, just remembering Soleil, I like this one better because it is a more vibrant fragrance. So, Soleil was not as, it just wasn't giving as much. I remember that, but this is like kind of bright, kind of sunny, a little bit citrusy, but not really, but sweet, a little fruit. Yeah, I like this one. This is definitely something that's definitely a good addition to spring and summer. Spring and summer. All right, which has gotten out of control again. I got to figure out. I got to do. I have to. I'm gonna try to declutter some things. I cannot promise that that's gonna happen really, but I'm gonna try to declutter some things, mainly because I'm just running out of space. I got to work out the space issue soon. I got to work it out. I got to work it out. And I think one of the ways I'm going to work it out is to say, put this area over here behind y'all is going to always have fragrances in it, and I'm not going to be like, they have to go back over there. If they, I have to agree to that too. I am more of a floral hoe right now. I am feeling florals. I'm feeling like those very light and girly fragrances. I'm feeling powderies. I'm feeling like all those things. Like I still like the angel shares and the tobaccos and stuff, but I don't see myself gravitating to them like I was. And even in the wintertime, I was gravitating toward more things that were like a little juicier, fruity, like dark fruits. Oh, I'm scared. It's gonna be 74 here, but I'm gonna be outside. So then I got this. I got Bordeaux's Cocoa and Bergamot EDT. 20 some dollars, I think it was, maybe 30. So 1902s are like under 20. These are like 20 some or 30. So this is Bordeaux. And so it was coconut and bergamot. So I wanted to try it out. Cocoa and bergamot, yes. Interesting. This is definitely bergamot. I'm not getting any coconut. Hey, hi, cat. Not getting any coconut, but I'm getting a lot of bergamot. The coconut is underneath. I think this will start coming out later, but so we're gonna let this sit here so I can go back to it. All right. So those are the two that I bought from Fragrance Net. Let me tell you something though. First, that annoys me. I actually ordered this. This is how I wanted with another order, because I ordered this when I ordered the other affordable ones like Orange Fizz and stuff, and they canceled my order of this only to have it show, say and act like it wasn't there, and it was still there. It made no sense to me. It made no sense to me. Mm. Before we go to the next one, I have to give a high five. We have to give a high five, even though she's not on here, to Faith. And if you see this, feel free to say something. Apparently, one of my pictures that I did that I put in a fragrance group got circulated on Instagram. Uh, but then nobody say, I didn't get tagged in it, like any recognition or anything. Of course I didn't. Um, yeah, it just reminds me that I must make sure that when I do things like that, I put my information on there. But Faith was on it because she saw it and let them know she gave it to them. She gave the business like, now mind you, right? Yeah, I'm gonna have to tag the picture. because uh it was taken, and look, people done put it in their reels and shit. And here's the thing with that, putting it in your reel from somebody else, right? Um says, and the funny thing is, it was on my page too. So I had posted on my page too. So I just think she took the picture and didn't say anything because the damn thing was on my picture too. Now I did put in some because I was joking around and everything, but I'm just, I don't have the mental capacity for this shit sometimes. I'm like, I just really don't. You know, it's like, however, I will say this. Anybody who knows me, knows that that was mine because I'm the only person with pink shelves. So I mean, if you see pink shelves, you pretty much know it's my shit. So yeah. Now, a picture that I posted up, Mark, on in some fragrance groups, got posted on some people on, um, okay, uh, so they took the picture, posted it on Instagram, and somebody put in their reels and everything. I'm like, okay. It is what it is. That's my fault because I should have tagged I should have put my name. I should have watermarked it. I should. That's on me because I should have watermarked it. But I should put some of them snarky on my. I think I would put some on my IG. You know, in case you see pink shelves of fragrances, just know it's mine. Ain't nobody else got these goddamn pink shelves with me. All right. So of course, I mean, I really shouldn't have to, but I mean, clearly that's the way of the world. You know, it is the way of the world. It is the way of the world. You know, I mean, because everybody wants to be popular. Everyone wants to put some shit up that looks semi-popular. Um, so there we have it. All right. So wait a minute, somebody's doing Sebastian. I said I didn't watch the. I watched his little update, but I fell. It was I was watching it when I was going to sleep because, to be quite honest, sometimes when I'm tired and I can't, I got to find my headphones to listen to my meditations. Um, I put on Sebastian sometimes because he's boring and I fall asleep on him. Not to say that I don't like Sebastian. Let me clarify. I like his content, but he puts me to sleep. That's the truth. Hi QM, hi Sabrina. So I'm gonna have to go look at it again. He's been boring, right? Right, he's been boring. Sebastian is the perfume guy, on YouTube, right? So I mean, so like when I'm tired and I can't get to sleep and I want something to like some sound to like really take me down, right? Right, he's my melatonin. Right, he's my melatonin. Because I swear, I put him. There's a few people that I can put on and they will knock me out. Another one is Delicious Delights. Arlene, she puts me to sleep. She puts me to sleep. All right, so here's one of my. Uh, so like I said, I was trying to get. Oh yeah, Arlene knocks me out too. Who else knocks me out? There's a few people that I actually listen to when I'm tired because I know I'm gonna go to sleep on them. I'm like, all right, let me put them on. Okay? See, I mean, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but they're like dry. They're like dry white bread. You know, white bread with no mayonnaise, no mustard. It's like a choke sandwich. Watching them, so they're good when I'm tired. Like now, I'll probably put them on again. I probably won't hear it again, but I'm gonna try. Right, right. I mean, there's a few of them that I just be like, oh, let me put them on tired. Sarah Mays is another one. She's kind of boring to me, so I go to sleep on her. I mean, there's a whole list of them that I actually go to sleep on. Y'all know there's a few of them that y'all know y'all know that y'all go to sleep on people, and this has nothing to do with their content. I think Arlene does. I like her content and everything, but she just puts me to sleep. She's just like, hello. She's so, they're just so monotone and monochromatic. They might as well be like white paper, white bread, white paper, whatever. They're just very unseasoned, uncolorful. This is me, Omi, Pinot Noir. Okay, so anyway, picked up Love by Chopard. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something that's quite. Maybe Joma Shop and all these places do be listening to me. Do y'all know that Iris Malika on Joma Shop is now 90 something dollars? It is 90 something dollars. I was like, hell no. And I told y'all if y'all were thinking about getting Love Mimosa to snatch it quick because it is now 195 on Joma Shop. It was running at 130 something. And I'm telling you, I've been liking Clemence. I've always liked her. I've always liked Clemence. She does really good. She puts a lot of thought. She puts a lot of stuff in hers. Yes, it went up to 195. Remember, I kept saying, "Hey, get that Love Mimosa." Okay, now that's true. Okay, now let me tell y'all this. Let me tell y'all this. Um, this is very similar to Calligraphy Rose by. No, you know what this really smells like? It smells like. Um, this smells like. Um, Elisa Essence Rose. It smells like oh rose. That's what it smells like. It smells like rose, similar to Calligraphy Rose by Aramis. It has that kind of rose vibe to it. So, but this is like much cheaper than all of them. Even though no, number one rose has come down in price for the moment, but this was like 20 something dollars. But if you like that, if you want a kind of edgy rose with it's hard to explain this type of fragrance, but it's a more edgy rose. It's not necessarily spicy, but it's kind of got this kind of kick to it. This is what you want to get. All right, it is hot down here. I'm gonna have to grab this fan and put it on. All right, now when y'all see these, y'all gonna be like, "What the Lou?" And I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, I know. I was on some shit." All right, now this is super mainstream. When you see these two, you'll be like, but the prices, and I'm wanting to get it because I want to fuck with some people. Because I'll be like, okay, because people be trying to flex with shit now. They be trying to flex with stuff, and they don't even know what they're talking about. Like everybody, and honestly, I am seeing so many people mentioning fragrance now. They doing a get ready with me. Wow. They're doing get ready with me's, and they're putting, hey Rochelle, and they're showing their fragrances and everything and making sure they show a fragrance. It's like I said, they fucking it up for all of us. But have y'all seen this? It's like Instagram, male and females are talking about fragrances and the fragrance they wear, their fragrance of the day. So I saw this and I was like, "Hey Nicole, how are you? Hey, did I say hey Valencia?" So I saw this and I was like, "Let me just go." And the price was really low. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get it." So this is Coach Dreams Sunset. Hi, Carisha. Now, so let me tell you, this was like $30. They actually had this fragrance now for like 20 something dollars. Oh, I did this wrong, didn't I? Damn it. Damn it. I just said don't do that. I done fucked this up, y'all. I done fucked this up that quick. They have on here some instructions how to do this. So did I take all this off? Okay, it's all off. And then does it go like this? Oh, it does. Okay, so this sprays. Oh, it does. Okay, and then you spray like that. I know. You see, I popped off the flower, right? So, so it was, and I think I smelled this a while ago, but it's really pretty. And baby, this was like 30 some dollars. They actually had the. I got to see how much this one was because this is the 40 mil, right? Because I was like, I don't need a lot of this. And then this was like, and they had the big bottles for like in the 40s. This one was in the 30s, right? So I got that one. And so then I got this. Like I said, I'm trying to move away from the Middle Eastern's affordables. And I really wanted to show, listen, y'all ain't got to just go with these Middle Easterns because everybody's talking about them. There are so many fragrances out here that you can get that are just so cute that you can get. So, speaking of Coach Wild Rose, here we go. Have it right here. That's why I posted that, what you just said. So, here's Wild Rose. Joma Shop has it at a really good price. I think this is in the 40s. I don't know what it smells like, but I do like Coach. Do I have to do something with this one? There we go. Ooh, Oh, this is a sweet rose. Oh, oh, yes, child. Yes. Oh, I like this. It's a sweet rose, but not too sweet. This would be cute in the springtime too. Where's my wine? Yes, and don't forget to go to my landing page, hit my thing so I can make that money. Mm, I love Midnight Dahlia. I love Midnight Dahlia. The Elizabeth Ardens are good too. Okay, so then I got a couple more to do. Right, because you can't lock them, right? Because you turn them and they lock. This one don't turn though. This one isn't turning, but I do like the little Coach keychain they have on here. Oh, cute. This could go. I like that one. Okay. So then I got these two. Let me put this up so people can see what you said. Yeah. Like I said, I'm really kind of. I'm between. Yeah, some of them. Yeah, you can turn them and then they lock. Uh, so let's see if I can get this out of here. So y'all wouldn't go. Y'all wouldn't even talk about the people that were born to y'all, huh? Y'all didn't want to name no names. Okay, see, I'm just out here by myself, naming folks, getting upsetting folks with me. Y'all, that was just the longest time to open up, just to get into a bottle. This is like super plastic. All right, so then I got this. So Middle Easterns. I wanted to try. This is Amber and Apricot from Swiss Arabian. Now I gotta be honest, I'm not a huge Swiss Arabian fan. Like everybody, but these kind of caught my eye. So I was like, ooh, let's try them. And everybody ain't talking about them. So that made it more interesting to me. And it had my notes that I love. Y'all know I love me some amber. I love me some apricot. So had to try it. Okay. Let's see how this goes. It's a big old bottle too. A big simple bottle with a. All right, so then we got this. This is right now more ambery than apricot. I would definitely, but this is the first time I've sprayed it, so it might become more as it sits. But right now it's more amber, and now I'm starting to get the apricot. No, it's just like, you know what? I think that as we sit around buying a lot and we buy a lot of fragrances, now in order to enjoy the hunt or whatever. Okay. So, because I was thinking about Fendi. I want the original Fendi. That used to be, now that was my signature scent. Fendi. That was back in the day when I had like maybe two fragrances at a time and you just wore it to death. But I also think it's like the more you're buying, and the larger your collection gets, then it's like you start looking for other things to do with it. Unless, of course, you just, girl, you couldn't tell me nothing. I had the soap, I had the lotion. Honey, I was layered up on the Fendi. Whole body would be now. She can be pretty boring too. And I like Beauty Meow too. I like her too, but she be boring me. So I got another one. I got this one, Jasmine and Honey. So I got Jasmine and Honey. We're gonna see how this one smells. Cause Jasmine and Honey, yeah, I've been into honey florals a lot lately. Put some honey in a floral, and I be like, yes. And a honey white floral. Ooh, this Jasmine is strong, y'all. And it is a honey jasmine. It's a honey white floral. Um, because I have a few of them, I really don't need this. But if you want, if you like a honey, if you want to like a honeyed white floral to try, this will do it for you. Because it's giving honey, it's giving white florals, it's giving a lot of jasmine. It's giving a lot of jasmine. She's serving. So yeah, because I mean, like, you get bored with it, and I'm be honest with you, I the way things are happening now, it starts making you bored if you're like me, because now it's like everybody's doing it, everybody's trying to flex and show that they're using it, and and they're into fragrances. I mean, like, people I know have never spoken about fragrances. Now all of a sudden want to talk about their fragrance collections or want to show that they got a fragrance collection. Or, like I said, you seeing people doing their get ready with me's on like IG and TikTok and making sure they show you the fragrance that they're using. And let me say this. I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna be so snarky. I've seen a few men doing them, right? I swear to God, this is how you know these men are really not into fragrance, because almost every last one of the men that I have seen doing it and doing their get ready with me's, and you could clearly see this is their thing, and now they want to show a fragrance. It's a Tom Ford. It's a Tom Ford. It's a Tom Ford. I'd be like, poser. And I've seen the wrist rub. And I've seen the wrist rub. I've seen the wrist rub. When it comes to the women and you see them doing it, you're going to see, like, right now, you're going to see all the women pulling out that Jackie Ina. I've seen some women pulling out the Beyonce. I said, now I know you really ain't into fragrance, because ain't nobody talking about that bullshit. Right? Whew. I said this before. I am over the posing ass men on social media. The men who the strutting men, you know what I'm talking about? The fashion men, right? The fashion men. The ones who are strutting around, and they do them strutting videos, and it's always the slow-mo walk and them just looking so cool. Hi, Courtney C. Thank you. I missed this, but thank you, honey. Thank you so much. Right, the peacocks. Oh, it's so many peacocks. And I know they're doing it because people, they get views and shit, but I can't look at them, y'all. I be like, the strutting ass peacocks walking, doing like walking in the street with oh yeah, the silver foxes. You have the silver foxes. That's that one who started it. What was his name? They was talking about Zaddy. Now, can we just have a moment for him? Because he kind of started this whole thing, especially with the older guys and the silver foxes and all this shit, right? I done told y'all, men who have, I'm gonna post them up for you. Men who have beards, serious ones, right? When you see them without that beard, when you, cause homeboy, the one who everybody's talking about, and remember they first lied about his age and said he was 70 something, and he wound up he was in his 50s and everything. When you see him without that beard, that chin is suspect. It is the most insignificant, terrible. And a lot of men, especially if you don't see it, like if they're not willing to cut that beard off sometimes and just let you see their face, let you see that chin. I keep telling y'all, uh, beards are men's catfish. Baby, without that beard, who he look a hot mess. It was like that chin was going in. At first off, the chin is about this long, and then it went in, and it was like, "Hi, Teresa. I'm. Oh no, 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 no. And and everybody still talk. I'm like, and I can't unsee it, right? So everybody still be like, "Oh my god," right? I'm like, I cannot unsee that little insignificant chin under that beard. That's like everybody was talking about Ronald Isley when they did the verses, and they were talking about how good he looked. I'm like, hey, do y'all remember what he looked like without that beard? Do y'all remember? Cause he's now the bushier the beard is, the more insignificant that chin is. The more they trying to hide this look. The bushier that thing is, and everybody be like, oh my god, they're so. Oh, now those are funny. Right. Beards are the man's extensions. They are the man's extensions because the only thing is they can usually they growing them. Now nowadays they ain't all growing them. Exactly. When everybody's like, oh my god, y'all talking about the same Ronald Osley that's been around forever who looked like a little troll under the bridge? Hey, Alicia. It was like, because he looked like a troll under the bridge, y'all. Let's just be honest. Ronald Isley, come on. Yeah, never. But people after that verse was like, oh my God, Ronald Isley. I'm like, first off, he's an asshole. I mean, we know why he went to jail, right? My thing is, I'm sorry. Um, when you steal royalties from your family for years, you ain't shit. You ain't shit. But everybody acting like, oh, he didn't do it. Everybody conveniently forgot he stole all that money from, all them royalties. I'm sorry, I can't be like, oh my God, Ronald Isley. Oh, Ronald Isley, you're an asshole. Mm-mm. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, he got caught on tax evasion because he had been stealing the he was stealing royalties from the dead members of the Isley Brothers. So the deceased, so the unalive members of the Isleys, he was stealing their royalties, and he got caught up on income tax evasion. And that was his family. Weren't they like his? I think that was like his cousin or something. Uh-huh. But you know, I probably be forgetting shit like that. I don't. My my daughter said, "Yeah, you got. I got a. I got a long memory for shit. I hold grudges forever, right? Because we was like, Bianca was like, "Yeah, you hold a grudge forever." Because you know, I can't stand one of my cousins because of something she did to me at 12 years old. I tolerate her. I'm polite, but I really don't like her, and I ain't liked her since I was 12 years old. I told y'all the Christmas story. I told you the cousin's Christmas story. I every time I see her, I be like, "Hello." If y'all don't know the Christmas story, let me know and I will tell y'all. But I got a cousin that an older cousin. To this day, I can't stand that hoe. And be like, you, you, you won't let it go. I was like, nope. I sure. This is exactly, right. You want me to tell y'all? Okay, some of y'all know the story, but let me tell y'all the story. All right. So when I was 12 years old, I went. It was like the day or two after Christmas. One of my cousins was going over to her sister's house, her big sister's house, whose kids, she got kids older than me, right? Because you have to remember, in my mother's side of the family, I am the youngest first cousin of her sisters. I'm the youngest by a lot of them. You know, they got kids older than me, right? So it's my cousin, and so I'm come over there for, it's like a couple of days after Christmas, and I'm there, and so I'm hanging out and everything, and so so we were kind of all sitting in I was just kind of sitting around, and I'm telling you, I was 12 years old. This is my cousin who was in her 30s at this point, because my cousin, her daughter is like 4 or 5 years older than me. Okay. So her daughter's, so that tells you how much older she is than me. Okay. So I'm sitting here in the living room on the couch for a while, and all of a sudden it's like nobody's in the living room with me, right? And so it's like really weird, because like my cousin, her sister was like, "Hey, you want to go over there with me?" I was like, "Yeah," because I thought my cousin was just like so cool. I thought she was so pretty to me. Her house was so gorgeous. I used to like to go over there because I just thought it was like a vibe. So anyway, I'm sitting in the living room, and then all of a sudden I noticed that ain't nobody in the living room with me at this point. Now my cousin who brought me over there had went to go meet up with somebody. So I'm there with my cousin though. Let me say it again. This is my cousin. And so all of a sudden I just got up and I said, "Dang, where is everybody?" And so I go and I wound up walking into her kitchen, and she's making ham sandwiches for everybody, her kids and everybody, and herself and her husband. And she looks at me and I look at her and she's like, mm-hmm. She never offered me a sandwich, y'all. So I was kind of standing there like, I'm thinking, dang, I am kind of hungry. But she didn't offer me a sandwich or anything. She's just making these sandwiches and handing, and I'm kind of standing there thinking she gonna give me a sandwich. I'm standing here, I'm your cousin. You making sandwiches. She makes these sandwiches and kind of like that was it. So I just kind of went back in the front room, and I was like, and in my head, I was like, so she really is not gonna give me a sandwich. And I hated that. I can't stand her ever since. I don't fuck with her. And I'll be like, so she gets hello. I talk? No, mm-mm, no. Mm-mm. We good. You say I can't stand her either. Right, because I was a kid. It wasn't like she was, because I told y'all my family funny acting. And so, you know, it was, to this day, I don't know why, and I'm sure, if I mentioned, she wouldn't even remember it. But as a 12-year-old kid, that stuck to me. I'm sure she don't remember that shit. Of course, that was 40 some years ago, but I remember it. I bet you, girl, Nicole, I'm with you. Right, right, right. Because I mean, I've never. Oh, exactly, exactly. Besides the fact I'm your family, I was a kid in your house. And just in general, that's rude as a host who's ever in your house. But not only am I your family, but I'm a kid in your house. And I was there for hours, y'all. It wasn't like we had just stopped by and then I left. I was still there for a few hours. I was hungry and I was mad. And I was like, this is me on me Pinot Noir. That's what I'm drinking. Um, so I'm like, uh-uh. And so she's like this person who's like in the family, and they be like, and that's why I kind of don't fuck with my family, because I be like, y'all some nasty hoes. Because my family, my mother's side of the family is very feminine driven, and they some nasty, mean hoes. A bunch of women, they nasty and mean. So I don't fuck with them. Oh, I told my mama, she knew. She knew. Hmm. But my mother wasn't the confrontational type. She was like, "Oh, Tweety," and I was like, "No, I'm." My mother was such the no, there were, listen. She was putting them on the plates and handing them to people, right? She was she was literally cutting the ham off the bone, making their sandwich and handing it to them. So I just knew I was about to get sick. And when she finished, she put that shit away. And that's, I was like, okay, ho, you ain't. So, I have a reputation in my family. I think on both sides, but especially my mother's side, that I say what the fuck I think. So, right now, see, if my mother had been there, she would have never have done that, right? But because I was there by myself, and now let me tell you something, she wouldn't. Now, let me tell you this. I tell my sisters. Well, my older sister who was in California, that's the one would have gone for her ass because she is like a either, you know. But yeah, I was like that. Fuck that hoe. Yeah, my mother was so, but like I told you, the issues with my mom and her sisters was so deep rooted because my mother felt guilty because she didn't suffer, she didn't go through the hardships they did growing up because their mother died and she was taken by a relative, whereas they wound up in kind of like foster care, but they were kind of together. So they were together, but they dealt with hardships that my mother never experienced. So she kind of felt guilty about her life and how she wound up living. But I was like, I don't like none of these hoes. That's what I told my mama that, Sally gone. I ain't got to be nice anymore. And so my not being nice was I just stopped coming around as much because my mother would force me to come around. So by her not being, once she was gone, it was like I ain't gotta those familial obligations are no longer valid for me because y'all ain't shit. So kiss my ass. I mean, but these were the people who would have family parties and wouldn't tell us, and we find out about them days after the fact. So what would be the point of going off? This is who they all were. So fuck them. And in some ways that's kind of like way my mother felt about it, because they were, they didn't see anything wrong with how they acted. And if my mom had said something, they would have came back on her. And the thing was is that they would all side with each other. So, I get to a certain extent why my mom didn't do it a lot, but I don't fuck with them. That's why they always have, whenever I go to family gatherings, I always get there late. And they always tell me, "Oh my God, you just missed the first cousin's pictures." Oh my God, girl, she can't be invited to my house at all, period. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Now, that means I have to actually have. Girl, I ain't even got her fucking phone number. Let me just be honest. I can't invite her because I ain't got her phone number. That would mean I would have to be in contact with her ass. I'm not in contact with her like that. It's like, so, but that is a good one. However, let me tell you what happened years later. Because, like I said, they're much older than me. Tommy, my cousin, has to be at least about 20 years old, at least 20 years older than me. Because she's older than my older sister. My older sister is 14 years older than me. And she has some age on her. Right? Right? So, well, they're all gone, so it's over. Yeah. So, I just know that I don't really talk to her. But I had to but the interesting thing is, like, people, like, I have a cousin that I've been trying to talk her through this, is like a lot of times the issues that we have with family is because we are baffled by how they treat us, right? And we feel like, why are they treating us like this? And then we take it internally and then try to fix it so they'll be friends and nice to us, right? Right? So I'll tell my cousin, I said, the best thing you can do in this life is say fuck them to these people. Because she's like, why are they acting like this? She's like in her feelings about certain things. And I'm like, why the fuck would you care? The fact is that living well is the best revenge. I believe in that. So living my best life and not being bothered by your ass is more important to me than me getting back at you, because getting back at you, this is getting back at your ass, because usually they can't believe that you're okay. These are the type of people who really in their heart don't want you to do well, right? Because, like, I've had cousins like say things because they are like low key competing somebody that's in their direct line with my family, right? Um, like, for instance, I've had cousins who have children around the same age as my children, right? And and these are their children's children, their grandkids. So I'm still of that first line. So my kids were always younger, and there would always be this low key comparison, like, oh, what are they doing? And y'all kids can't compare to mine. And I'm just being honest, because my kids, right, were doing very well, have always done very well when it comes to like school academics. DJ was an athlete. I don't, and that's why, honestly, that's why DJ said, and I was like, you're absolutely right, because when it comes down to the next generations of kids that are like around my children's age, right, None of my kids are on top. They just really are. For the 30 somethings, they're probably doing some of the best of all of them. Some are doing okay, but if we're going to talk about education, finances, income, my kids is pretty much on top. Fuck what you heard. So, I don't give a fuck. So there you have it. So ultimately, I've won. And it drives them crazy. And I know it because when we do come around, they do try to find some things to say or something, but there's nothing that they can say. So I've won. And I didn't even have to, and I wasn't even trying to beat their ass, but I already did. Salute to your health. And so I look at him and go, whatever. Now, anyhow, anywho, oh my goodness. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, how many did I get? So let's try this one on. Oh, but I had some aunts that said shit about weight too. I can't remember the weight conversations, but like I had an aunt, real talk, who was, I think, this cousin's mama. Yes, it was. I ain't like her ass either. Right? It's because like, so I mean, like she came back honestly. When I was in high school, I went my last 2 years of high school. I was at the same school my aunt worked at. Did she work there senior year too? I think so. Anyway, she worked at the same school I did. I went to school at. Now, one of the things that I know my family was good for talking shit about people. I always got some shit to say about somebody, except they own. Now, this particular aunt, I got a cousin who was, she was kind of hoish. She had low self-esteem, so she validated herself by, being highly sexual as a young person. Now, as an older person, I can see that now. So one of the things I said was, with my aunt in the school with me, she was never going to see me doing anything in school, right? Because she was not going to run back to my aunts talking about, oh, Tweety be up in the hallways, hugged up with these boys. She was never going to see any of that. Plus, I just didn't like anybody in my school. But that was part of why. Because I didn't want to give my aunt shit to say, because me being me, I'm going to say something. Even if my mama ain't, my daddy gave me license, I'm going to say something. Then there'll be some problem, then my mama got to deal with the shit coming out of my mouth. So, I really just didn't. Baby, come to find out, my aunt then was going around the family saying that I must be gay because she never saw me with a boy at school. Now, this is coming from the aunt who had an openly gay daughter. Or maybe she wasn't openly gay at that point. Maybe she hadn't really fully come out at that point. I don't think she had. So, but it was like we all knew her daughter was gay. Everybody knew this in the family. I was like, what? So, so it was like, I always got to find something to say about somebody. And the thing was, if I was, so what? But it was this whole thing. She was like, yeah, I've never seen her around any boys in school. I think she might be gay. So it was like, oh, okay, whatever. So I said, so I just can't be just living my best life. Oh, I don't know if I like this cocoa and bergamot. It's a really strong. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh, I got stories about them old hoes. That's why, I was like, Mama ain't around. Oh, I gotta be nice to you hoes. Oh my goodness. Well, yeah. I mean, I get it because see, the thing is that um, here's the thing though, is that two things that I found out later on. My aunt was one of the fast aunts. She was out there living her best life. Um, But the other thing is that, I was good in school. Oh, she was an old hoe. She was an old hoe. I mean, shit is what it is, right? So, but it's like those are the things. But that is why I have grown to understand that family is not always the most healthy part of our is not the most healthy relationships ever. And B, sometimes family is not based on those blood ties, and it's okay. So sometimes we create families with other people because that's where we should be, not with these people around us. And it's okay. Because so often we let family beat us up because we have been conditioned to believe that this is where, it's your family, it's your cousins, it's your blood, it's your aunt. Fuck them. It's your sister, it's your brother, it's your mother, it's your father. You don't have to hold on to those familial ties just because that's a tie. You can sever that fucking tie if it does not give you peace, if it harms you. And it doesn't have to physically harm you to harm you. Listen, family be saying shit to you and think it's okay. They could say, well, I was just trying to say it. I was just trying to help. You keep your help to yourself. Keep that shit to yourself. Oh, yes, this is good. Keep that help to yourself. That's what we need them to do. Keep that help to themselves. And then everybody be all right. Everybody be all right. All right, y'all. I'm about to get off because I'm really sleepy today. Probably because I've drank like 3 glasses now. 2 or 3 glasses. Right. Family by choice, right? Wow. Well, you know my sisters. Right? Right. Right. Family by choice is so much better because you can have relationships with those people that are honest, and because you made that choice, you can then say, when it gets ugly, you're easier to walk away. All right, y'all. Good night. Thank y'all so much because I need to film some stuff too. So I got to figure out, am I filming right now? Or am I going to take a nap and come back out and film? All right, y'all. It's good talking to y'all as always. See you later, my whole squad. Love y'all. Talk to you later.